Hello everyone, welcome to Inclusive Bharat and welcome to the daily editorial analysis of the Hindi newspaper. In this video, we'll be analyzing the important editorials of 21st August 2024. So the first article, regressive move. Okay, in this article, this suggests that instead of reducing the work hours of women, there are other measures that needs to be taken. Okay, this title suggests, reducing working women's hours to ensure the safety. It is a step backward. If you see, after the tragic murder of female doctors in Kolkata, many people are offering meaningless statements instead of a real solution. Recently, the West Bengal government, they suggested that women should have fewer night shifts to keep them safe. But this article questions, how this reducing the night shifts for women will actually make them safer at work. Okay, and also this article argues that this step is a backward step, and this will push women out of their jobs, instead of stopping violence against them. If you see the participation rate of urban women in Indian workforce, it's very low of 25.2%. So the government should make sure women can work safely in all type of jobs, even at any time. Okay, cutting women's working hours, this will make that will makes to lose jobs, and also it makes the women to be financially dependent. So the Rateri Shadi program, this program, it has suggested other safety measures. We should have a separate restroom and a safe area with CCTV cameras and a mobile app, which should have already been existed, but it is not happening. Okay, now the Supreme Court on its own initiative has set up a national task force to improve the safety of doctors and medical workers. So the violence against the women should be taken seriously in all areas, that too especially in informal sectors where many women are working. Okay, especially in informal sectors. So the violence against women, it has to be taken very seriously. And despite having stricter laws and punishments after the 2012 Delhi rape case, they haven't been enough to stop violence against women. Okay, in 2022, if you see the data, 4.45 lakh, that is 4.45 lakh cases of crimes against women are reported. That is average, if you see 51 cases every hour. So the Chief Justice of India have said that rules need to be enforced and practiced, not just to be written on the paper. Okay, in 2017, when the court upheld the death penalty for Delhi rape case convicts, so Justice Bonumidi have said, that the challenging society's mindset and raising awareness about the gender justice are crucial to stop violence against the women. I'll repeat, Justice Bonumidi have said, changing society's mindset. So mindset of the society, that has to be changed, and raising awareness about the gender justice, it is very crucial for stopping violence against the women. Okay, and also there are women-led campaigns to reclaim safety at nights, like those after RG car rape. This recently RG car rape case. That should push governments and society to make a proper actions for the women's safety. So that is it about this article. So let's move on to the next article. The ground plan for sustainable mass employment. This article is written by a retired civil servant, and he have this 12-point policy initiative that will pave the way for employment with dignity. Let's understand this article in detail. But this article says, the recent budget announcement for 5 important job-related programs these seems to be promising. So these programs will have a budget of 2 lakh crore. Okay, 2 lakh crore rupees over 5 years. This program is aimed at providing jobs and skill development for 4.1 crore young people in India. See, the economic survey that strongly urges that the private sectors to create jobs. Why? It is saying that since 2019 there were lower taxes and higher profit after COVID-19 pandemic. This should motivate these private sectors and most of the companies to hire more people. Prime Minister's job creation plan should be considered along with other programs aimed at improving people's overall well-being. So let's first understand the challenges. Okay, to create a long-lasting and respectful jobs for people, we must first understand that if there are too many unskilled workers, the wages tend to drop. Okay, so remember, according to 2019 to 20 survey, the persons earning 25,000 a month is among the top 10% of earners in India. So most of the people in India, the top 10% who of the earners in India, if you see their average, their earnings is around 25,000 a month. So the short-term skill training program have not led to many long-term job placements. So short-term skill training programs, it is not up to the mark. This is usually because the wages offered are too low to live a decent life in cities. If you have a short-term skill, the wages offered are very low. So we cannot have a decent life in cities. So as a result, many people return to their village to find other works. So now, research shows that continuous education and skill developments are very important. Not just the short-term skill training. We should have a continuous education and the skill development, which are important. Okay, this is how, if you take Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Himachal Pradesh, Goa and Sikkim, they spend most of their money per person each month in this continuous education and skill development. So that's why these states have also been better performed in terms of education, health and overall development. But if you take Odisha, which has a low spending per person, despite offering short-term skill programs, because it lacks a strong educational and vocational training institutions. Unlike Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Himachal Pradesh and Goa and Sikkim, they have a strong educational and vocational training institutions. So what is the policy suggestion? Creating jobs that respect workers requires improving productivity. So because, whenever you join a company, there should always be an improving productivity of that worker. Only then the worker will be, respected. If you are doing the same kind of job, the respect, in terms of respect, it will be reduced. See, although the economic survey encourages the private sectors to create jobs, the government also needs to set a minimum wages rate and provide high quality public services. Okay, the government also should play an important role in it. The data shows that India has fewer public sector jobs per person compared to the most developed countries. So we should also increase, public sector jobs. So this article asks what the main strategy should be for creating long-lasting and respectful jobs for many people. Let's understand. Okay, identifying the skilling needs. First, start by working at the local level to figure out what skills people needed. Okay, from now there will be 12 points that needs to be understand. We should understand those 12 points. Okay, so first one is start by working at the local level to figure out what skill people need. Okay, communities will only take ownerships of the government programs if they are directly involved in them. So whenever there is a government programs, most of the communities, if they wanted to work, if they want to take the ownership and they have to be involved, we should make them directly involved in this government programs. For example, if you take local councils like Gram Sabha in villages and neighboring communities in cities, they can help implement government programs. So what are the steps? First step, make a list of everyone who wants a jobs or wants to start their own business. First thing is we have to make a list. And then work with professionals to create a job or a business plan for each young person. We should plan. And hire well-educated professionals on temporary basis in local government to make sure decisions are based on solid evidences. And then use this information to find skill training providers and employers. Let apprenticeships program, training programs also be based on this local community connection. So first thing is the identifying skilling needs. So outcome of these actions will be life changing. So we should start working from the grassroots level. So this says, first thing, we have to involve the community into the government programs, hire some well-educated professionals, and also make a list of all the people in that area who wants the jobs and who wants to start their own businesses. Now we have to use this information to find or skill these people. We should bring in training programs. So these outcomes will be life changing. The second thing is converging initiatives. Combine efforts in education, health, skill, nutrition, jobs and livelihood with women groups at the local level. So this approach will make communities responsible and ensures that money and resources are used efficiently. So whenever we combine all the efforts with the women groups, that will ensure that the money and the resources are used effectively. So job opportunities don't improve on their own. Human development such as education and health improves when these efforts are combined and delegated to the local levels. Giving communities the freedom to use funds as needed led to a significant improvement. So India can improve its public services like education and health by using this community-based approach. So more funding should go into these areas through local community-driven efforts. The third is the need-based vocational courses. So offering job-specific trainings courses alongside the regular degree programs like BA, BSc and BCom in every colleges. So we need to offer a job-specific training courses. This approach has been tried before and it should be mandatory in all colleges, providing colleges with the resources to try new things. So some colleges like Mumbai, they offer job-specific courses like training to become a tourist guide or a counselor alongside with regular degrees. This will make many more graduates ready for the jobs. Ensure that the graduation programs leads to job. Okay, instead of just studying, we should ensure that the graduation programs leads to a job. And the fourth one is standardizing healthcare courses. Make sure the nursing and other health-related courses are same across all states and meet international standards. There is a mismatch in this. So there is a large demand for nurse, elderly caregivers and paramedics both in India and abroad. So the main issue is that the quality of education and the length of courses vary widely and there is no standard curriculum. We need to make sure that this skill, that meets the international standard. Fifth thing is the community cadre of caregivers. See, from local groups of trained caregivers to run creches, daycare centers everywhere, so women can work without worrying about their children. Currently, Anganwadis, that is childcare centers, offers 4 to 6 hours of services, but they have too many children for one caregiver to handle. We should train and pay local groups of the caregivers to run these creches with funding from local government and women groups. The Rural Livelihood Mission Community Resources Person Program is a very good example to follow. The Rural Livelihood Mission Community Resource Person Program. These local groups can also work in other areas like farming, animal care, non-farming jobs, and running small shops. And the sixth one is investing in technical institutes. So invest in ITIs, industrial training institutes, and polytechnics to make them, center for skill development and connected to local schools. So many ITIs, that is the industrial training institutes, polytechnics, and rural self-employment training institutes don't have good facilities, which is a bigger problem in today's world, where skill needs constant updating. These institutions should be independent and managed by the local communities. These technical schools can also serve as a center for nearby schools. So the school should create a system where both academic and vocational training can be valued equally in terms of credits and hours. So the priority should be on areas that have a fewest vocational educational facilities. So Tamil Nadu and Maharashtra, they have many such institutions which has helped boost manufacturing in those states. So developing people's skills and knowledge is very important. So for thing is, sixth point says we have to invest in technical institutions also. And seventh one is introducing the enterprise skills in schools. So teach students in the high schools about starting businesses and entrepreneurships with the help of professionals. School should start teaching technology and business from upper primary and high school levels. School should include hands-on learning and understanding the business in their regular curriculum. Professionals visiting schools can teach students essential job skills which can lead to employment or start businesses. See, 8th point is co-sharing apprenticeships. Introduce a system where both government and the industry share the cost of this training programs on the large scale. So this is especially important for creating job opportunities in manufacturing and service sectors. Employers should help pay for training, since government funded trainings alone isn't always the best solution. So employers also should help in pay for training. So both government and the employers, they should work hand in hand. If industries don't invest in this kind of programs, they won't be effective. So ninth thing is supporting women-led enterprises. So make it easier for women-led and the first-time businesses to get loans so they can grow. The experience of the women's earning over 1 lakh from the Rural Livelihood Mission shows that getting loans is challenging. Efforts are being made to build detailed credit histories for women borrowers, and technologies can help expand this. So the Reserve Bank Innovation Hub and the National Rural Livelihood Missions are working on new ideas to encourage banks to give more loans. So we should give more loans, thereby supporting women-led enterprises. The success of Startup Village Enterprises program shows the importance of providing support, community funds, and complete solutions for the first-time entrepreneurs. Universal Skill Accreditation. So being a universal program to certify skill training institutions and have the governments and industries jointly sponsor students for those courses. And skill training institutions can be certified after a thorough evaluation. Both the government and employers can share the cost of sponsoring students. And then MG Narega fund for poorest regions. Use 70% of the MG Narega funds in 2,500 areas that lacks water and very poor, focusing on the poorest 20 families in each area. MG Narega's individual beneficiary program helps provide secure livelihoods by funding projects like animal shed, irrigation wells, and worksheds. Focus on improving the skills of MG Narega workers to increase their productivity. Higher wages will help people live with dignity in the poor areas. So we should divert the MG Narega fund for the poorest regions. And the last one is scaling apprenticeships. Expanding this program can help more young people to get jobs. So the number of apprenticeships opportunities needs to be increased. The focus should be on actually learning skills rather than just getting a stipend as an incentive. The focus should always be on learning skills. If the government is going to give subsidies to the employers, they should ensure that this apprentice are paid decent wages before or after their training is completed. So this article says, let's aim for an economy where workers are more productive and have a better quality lives. So in order to have these things, these 12 points are very important, is what the author suggests. So thank you.